Lil Uzi Vert goes back on his word.
What?
Insane.
Non apologetic news, not what you're used to. Non apologetic news, telling you the truth. Non apologetic news, saying what they're scared to. Non apologetic news, non apologetic news.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Non Apologetic News. This week in the news, we talk about how gas prices are surging and what people are doing about it. Also, Lil Uzi Vert goes back on his word. Oh my God. All that and more this week on Non Apologetic News. Nearly 400 gallons of gas were stolen from a North Carolina gas station this week. Hardik Patel.
What?
That's his name. Hardik Patel said he will be shutting off the power to his pumps after business hours after 398 gallons of dinosaur juice were stolen from his Busy Bee gas station store in High Point, North Carolina. They have surveillance footage and it shows a car pulls up, uses a device, plugs it into the tank or into the pump, and it bypasses the payment system. So they see 15 cars or so pull up over like a 45-minute period and just all get free gas. So $1,600 worth of gas being stolen. Now, Hardik says he's been in the business for 15 years and owned other gas stations and has never seen anything like this before. So I thought this was an interesting story, so I started to look into the device. What is it? How does it work? Apparently, it's this tiny little box running Linux. So Linux is like the janky Windows alternative.
Yeah.
So it runs Linux, it plugs right in and completely bypasses the payment methods, and apparently you can buy these online. They've been used in the past, so you could do several things with it. You could shut down all the pumps for like that particular gas station, or if it's a chain, like all of them, which is great. You can change the price. You can like completely shut them down, and people have asked for a ransom. Like, come and go, you must pay us $100,000 or we're never going to turn your pumps back on. So I thought, like, how cool would it be if somebody used this for good? And it's like, anytime gas gets over like $1.75 a gallon, every 10 cents you raise it, we're going to drop it 20. You know, and they completely just control the price at the pump using one of these devices or something more sophisticated. Because you can run automation through it through Linux. So you can set up what you want it to do on your laptop or whatever, and then go plug it into the gas station pump. I had never heard of these before. I thought this is great. Because, I mean, the gas prices are insane. I mean, we have reasons for that, I suppose. But people doing something about it isn't a bad thing. When I worked at a gas station, I worked overnights. And my till would always be over. I don't know how. I'd always be like $40 over every night. So what I would do is in the middle of the night, I'd pull my car up and just pump gas and then go into the register. And if I put 30 in, I'd say payment of 30. And my drawer never came up short. And I figured it's better for me to have it than them. And that worked. I'll tell you what, there's this one time, this guy pulls up and he's obviously drunk, right? And he's pumping gas. Okay, this is 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know. So I'm watching and I'm like, holy hell, he's stumbling. He can barely get the pump in. And I'm like, fuck, what do we do here? So he locks it to where it continuously pumps. And then he goes and sits in his vehicle and he passes the fuck out. I walk out there. He's just done. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to call the cops or anything. He's going to pass out. He's going to wake up eventually, and hopefully be sober by that point.
Right. So
a little bit later on in the evening, I hear like a big boom. I look outside. He's pulling out of the lot. He never took the pump out.
Oh, shit.
So he's dragging the nozzle and the hose down the road with him. Now, he did get pulled over. He got his DWI, all that. But it actually started leaking fuel into the lot. So I'm working alone. I have no control over this. I can't shut the pumps off. I can't do anything. So I call the emergency fuel number, and they're like, well, you need the code or whatever. And I was like, well, give me the code. They're like, no, you need to call your manager, your whatever. And I'm like, we're actively leaking gas right now. So I called the manager who doesn't open or who doesn't answer, in the middle of the night. And then it's probably like 45 minutes later, someone shows up and we're able to shut those pumps off. So I had went out and put the little traffic cones by the in and out where no one could pull in or out. And then I thought I was going to get fired when the boss showed up. She's like, you never stop people from coming into this gas station. I'm like, look, they got to drive through gas. She's like, I don't care. If you lose power, use a calculator. There's no reason why we don't stop the money coming in. So yeah, this is absolutely insane. I'm really more curious in this device than anything. So I guess the moral of this story is if you have one of these devices, I would like it.
I think it was last year. Someone, a company I worked for, who was shipping and receiving, so a lot of truck drivers came in. They had hacked our system and wanted a ransom for it. We couldn't do anything because when we get a load in, it's all protein shakes and everything. You know, we have to receive them in, scan them, and then you scan it to a location. Well, they shut it down. We could not use these scan guns. Couldn't put them up. Couldn't send them out. Couldn't get them in the system. So they were still coming in. We were taking them off the trucks. So we have 30 loads. I mean, there's been on the product anywhere from 21 to 30 pallets.
So what'd you do?
The warehouse just filled up. When we finally got it back on, that was just our whole day of just putting shit in the racks. But yeah, I don't know how they resolved it, if they paid or got it fixed or what. But yeah, we were down for about a week.
Wow.
Someone hacked it.
So y'all were just kind of chilling at work.
Yeah.
Then, just hanging out. Just. Well, that is great. And I assume more things like this are going to happen as gas prices goes up. People are going to be more brazen in their attempts.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, I do feel bad for Hard Dick, as most people do. And yeah, I hope they don't catch the guys. But I'm extremely interested in the devices. But that is all I have for this story. So I am going to toss it over to you.
All right. A YouTube couple who attempted to spend the night inside a Target now faces 7 years in prison. Yeah. All right. A YouTube couple who attempted to document their night spent inside a Pennsylvania Target is now facing trespassing charges that could result in a lengthy prison sentence. As reported by Fox 29 Philadelphia, Johnson LaRose, 25, and Charlotte Fisher, 24, who go by the YouTube moniker Saucy and Honey, were arrested after wandering around the inside of a Chester County Target after hours on February 21st. The pair reportedly left the store briefly around 3 a.m., which tripped the alarm system. Authorities arrived and searched the building, but didn't find anyone.
So they were filming it. This was for their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So what's the actual charge? Like,
the police later discovered surveillance footage that showed them in the store with their phones out, but the couple reportedly didn't steal anything.
So they were just sitting there like,
"Hey, bitch, what's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch."
Yeah. The pair have since been banned from all Philadelphia Targets and were later charged with third-degree trespassing before they were released on a $25,000 bail. And they face up to 7 years in prison.
did they put the video out? Like, is it on YouTube?
I'm not sure. I mean, no regrets, just living life and having fun. It's kind of sad that all this came out of it. We were expecting a fine, nothing crazy, Fisher later told Fox. The couple, before their arrest, had uploaded the footage to their YouTube channel, compiled in a 26-minute video titled 24-Hour Overnight Challenge in Target. The video shows the couple hiding behind the store as it was closing before entering and wandering about.
So they essentially just broke in, hung out, filmed it, and then dropped it on their YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick little cheeky look here. And let's see what we have. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Because these people, they have Alexa Rivera, 24-hour overnight in Target. I stayed 24 hours overnight in a mall, 24 hours in a gymnastic. This lady needs to get a job.
Right?
How is she staying 24 hours anywhere?
See, that's not the name of the story we're doing.
No, it is not. So chances are they were not, these people were not the first. They look like downright criminals. The woman looks like this girl I used to date. She was a psychopath. Absolutely insane. All right, next up we have a disappointing thing to say. Lil Uzi Vert goes back on his word.
What?
Insane. So basically in August of 2019, Lil Uzi Vert, he's going through a department store. Guy comes up to him and just yells, "Hey, will you pay my tuition?" Catches his attention. He wants to flaunt how much money he has. And he goes, "How much is it?" And the guy goes, "Well, it's going to be 90 grand and I can only complete this semester because I don't have enough money to complete it." And he's like, "Look, if you graduate, you make everything, go ahead and here's contact information. Send me your transcripts. I will cover the entirety of everything." So what this guy did was he took this rapper on his word and he went out and got more loans and deferred the payments and all of that. So we fast forward to last week. And the guy graduates. It was about a week, 2 weeks ago. The guy graduates and he hits the contact he has, also posted all over social media, you know. Graduated from Brown University and has heard nothing but crickets from Lil Uzi Vert.
What a shame.
We are disappointed in our idol. Now, so because Lil Uzi did not cover anything, this gentleman here, he started a website called gradowls.com, G-R-A-D owls.com. And typically I would not plug an NFT site because I think the whole concept is ridiculous, but he's using it to pay for the tuition that he now owes and has to pay and start paying within like 6 months of graduation. So he claims that this website will cover his tuition and then other people's tuition as well, who are in the same thing where, I don't know, I guess Lil Uzi Vert, doesn't go back on his word. So we are officially calling you out, Lil Uzi. How dare you? But then again, what do we expect from the guy who became famous over this freestyle?
All these boys hating on me. That's why I got this 9 for. But you know I run the game just like I am an athlete. Better yet, not an athlete, running just like a track meet. Told that girl that she cannot see me or can meet me. Told that boy he can dress like me, but he can't be me.
And that leads us to our next point. Can we hold hip-hop to a higher standard?
That's a minute 28.
No, it's garbage. Now, trends come and go in waves in hip-hop, But can we get back to the skilled MC? Because I think a lot of people also don't understand what the underground is, and they don't know that there's real music out there, and they think they have to choose between this one or the other one who's equally as awful. Can we shine a light on Yellow Wolf? Can we shine a light on Mad Child? I would say, can we shine a light on Tech Nine? But Tech Nine, unfortunately, did kind of switch his style up to where he could get the light shined on him and appeal to a broader audience. I just want everyone to know there is more stuff out there. Go out and listen to Jelly Roll's Ballads of the Broken. And that's not even if you're a hip-hop fan. If you're a hip-hop fan, a soul fan, a rock fan, go listen to that record. That is real music, and it's modern music. It's not like old school stuff. This came out this year or last year. You don't have to listen to this garbage. But Lil Uzi Vert, we will be tagging you in this. So please open up your purse, bitch, and pay this young man's tuition. I mean, you said you did, so what are you going to do?
The amendment to Don't Say Gay bill in Florida requires schools to out students to their parents within 6 weeks. This is kind of fucked up, I think. A new amendment to Florida's Don't Say Gay bill will require schools to inform parents of their children's sexual orientation within 6 weeks of learning the student isn't straight. The amendment was filed Friday by the bill's co-sponsor, State Representative Joe Harding. The bill, which has gained national attention and pushback, bars educators in Florida from talking about sexual orientation or gender identity in primary schools. The original version of this legislation requires schools to inform families of their child's LGBTQ plus status.
Plus what? Am I right?
But gave an option for exemption for the outing in cases where educators feared it could lead to abuse, neglect, or abandonment. Exception.
Okay. We're just going to stop you there. For one, if your child's gay, I think you know it before the teachers do.
Right.
Even if you're in denial, if you have a boy and he's shopping for a prom dress, you're going to know these things. But this what? I mean, this kind of, in my opinion, this just comes back to everyone just hating the gays.
Yeah. That's what it is.
We will not have you gay boys in our society, and we will stop you at every level. Education, marriage, whatever else you do, which is absolutely crazy to me. And what I don't like about it is when people don't like gays, they don't just man up and say, I don't like gays. They hide behind other stuff.
Right.
The Bible says it's a sin. But, all sins are created equal and we all sin, and you are not the God police. There is one judge if you believe in that sort of narrative, and it is not you. And that's what's crazy is when these religious people who are always back in this sort of movement, when they're judging and they're doing that, they're creating a sin against their God, but somehow they're above it. I don't know. I've never been like, I don't care what you do with your genitals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not even a fan of like effeminate gay people or anything like that. But I just don't think rights should be taken away from them.
No.
Neither. You know?
I mean, what, 2 dudes or 2 girls or whatever.
4
doing
dudes.
their life, doing their life in their house and they're better. It doesn't affect my life in any way whatsoever. So
that's like in my home, you know, last night I was playing with a beautiful lady's genitals. I don't know why I just said that, but gotta get masculine. But it is true. Shout out to you. Now, I don't know. I don't quite understand this whole thing. I don't know. If you don't like the gays, that's fine. But at every like chance we get, we want to take stuff away from them. And then, like I say, we want to hide behind nonsense. If you don't like gays, there's actually nothing wrong with that. But say you don't like gays.
right.
You know
Go
what I
on
mean?
about your way. Like, no, not for me.
So this actually passed, or
I think I don't know if it's passed yet or not. It's in the works, but it's Florida, so it probably will.
well, don't take away their rights, or else you will force me to.
Don't make me go pop the trunk on you.
That's right. You will force me to don't go pop the trunk on you.
Edit that down a bit.
Yeah, I forgot. Once again, Yellow Wolf, shine a little light on him is all we're trying to do. He loves the gays. So, all right. Anything else to talk about this Don't Say Gays bill in the news?
I think it's kind of a shitty situation. So, but we got all over that. And
Yeah. And it's always the same type of person, too.
yeah, it's
Who
probably
wants
like
to stop
secretly
these
gay.
people. Yeah, it's like you do find out about a bunch of them preachers who like, gay is such a sin and that's the demon. And then it comes out they're like playing with 12-year-old boys.
Right, yeah.
And no, this has actually happened in the past year. Big televangelists have been outed for this right here. And I do understand, though, we are getting the flag. We are getting the symbol. And no, it is not a rainbow flag. It is a red one that says we need to wrap up the show. So as always, I am Travis C. Next to me is Body Bag. We are Non Apologetic News. We will return next week. Share this video with your friends. Like, subscribe, all of that nonsense. Hit the comments if you disagree with us, and let's see where that takes us. Goodbye.
Non apologetic news. Non apologetic news.